Welcome back to the 1009 podcast. We got a very special guest tonight with us. It's our former co-host, the one and only Jake the Snake. How you been? It's been a while since we talked to you.
Yeah, how's life?
It's been a while since I talk on the podcast, but I talk to both of you fools every day for quite a while.
Hey, they don't know that. Our tens of fans don't know that.
Yeah.
But I think specifically we're talking to your father, Bailey, because he gets mad if we don't upload content fast enough.
As he should. Keeps us honest.
Fact.
He's honest.
Has he been reading the blogs?
Yeah, he enjoyed yours about Close
Green.
and all that.
Oh, yeah.
About what? Oh, Casey Close.
Freddie.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
He reads them. He's our biggest fan, I would say.
I actually have I'm like 1 degree removed from Casey Close, which is funny.
You're 1 degree removed from Garth Brooks, so
Yeah.
just so you pick a name and you're 1 degree separation.
I am. Yeah. The Garth Brooks is a different separation than Casey Close, but yeah.
It don't matter. A degree is a degree. I got
Yeah,
one hanging on my
bro.
wall.
It don't matter.
For those of you that don't know, go to the 1009.com.
Yes.
We've been uploading blogs sporadically. We got some good content up there, you know?
Yeah.
Got some opinion pieces, basically. I'm not gonna say it's some headline reporting like Jeff Passan, but Jeff Passan looks weird. I just want you guys to. I think I said that
The
on
picture
draft
of
night.
Berman next to him is hilarious.
Yeah,
I
Berman.
don't think I've seen that.
It was Berman, Passan, and Kirchen, and Berman looks like he could play offensive line right now.
On the same desk, and it was hilarious.
Dude is massive.
Hold on. I got you.
So,
Yeah, send it in here. Yeah.
he sent it earlier.
We'll attach
I sent it
on
to you, Bailey.
Twitter.
Yeah. It's impressive. I still think that no matter what, the home run derby should have.
Yeah.
Kirchen is
Hang on.
miniature.
Jeff Passan height. Let's Google it. 5'9".
5'9".
5'9"? Oh, that sucks.
It's because the head looks larger.
He does have a big head.
Yeah.
Like I was saying.
But
What?
Go ahead.
I was just saying, Chris Berman needs to be on every call for a home run derby.
That's
Doesn't
what
matter.
I'm saying.
What
He was in the building, too, doing like pregame, and we need it.
But he's on the call. Back, gone. Yeah, it's
Need it.
awesome. Yeah, agreed.
vintage, especially if Pujols isn't. It's just like that old-timey dynamic duo.
But yeah, you guys need to check out the blog, the1009.com.
We try to do series recaps.
I think, hang on.
I refused after the Angels
might
played the
do some-
Dodgers, so that's not there. But yeah.
We might do some quick draft recap. I think I'm about to get an MLB agent on here. They just had five guys taken in the first 5 rounds.
Are
As long
are
as
they
we
in the front of
don't
the
talk
line?
about the Angels draft, I am completely fine with that.
What, Bailey?
I said, are they in the front of the line or?
Yeah, we'll if he joins it, we'll give some introduction. But I'm texting him right now. I think we can get him on.
Big get. Is it Boris?
Not Boris. If it was
Boris is holding a
we'd
gun
be-
to Seto's head right now.
Yeah.
You'd be laying into him, and he'd lay right back into you.
I would not go easy on Boris.
Be a very short appearance.
I feel like
I asked him. We'll see if we can get about 5 minutes out of him.
Scott Boris comes on here, you might be dead within the first 5 minutes of
Yeah.
what you say.
He's got people in places.
Boris does some shady draft tactics. That's all I'll say. Does some shady contract stuff. The MLBPA regulates how much agents can charge. It's 5%. I've heard Scott Boris charges around 9.5% because he adds on things for like facility use and stuff like that. So imagine Bryce Harper making $330 million a year. Boris is making $33 million off that. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that contract that he got Correa this year, he's signed a 3 or 4 year deal, but has an option for every year. So
Like
technically,
Kirk Cousins style. Yeah,
he's
it's
a
big
free
money, too.
agent every year.
I think that was a good deal for Correa.
Yeah,
That was.
definitely.
Let's look at his. I'm gonna pull up his stats right now.
He
I
was
don't
hurt
think he's
for
a
good bit,
twin
wasn't he?
lifer in any sense either.
No, he's not a twin lifer.
I think you could have
Correa-
said that when he signed.
Right.
Correa's hitting, man. He's got a 131 OPS plus. Yeah, and I think he was No, he wouldn't. He might have been hurt for a couple games, but he's played 70 this year. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of it, as we've hinted to on this podcast, I do know Spencer Strider, but I was at his draft day party, and it's party. It was 5 people.
Gathering. COVID saved gathering.
Yeah.
COVID. A lot of it's just teams like call them. Like they'll call a player and they'll say, hey, we're 25 picks ahead. Like, will you take this much money? And it's up to the player and agent to say yes or no. So, but like you do have that communication beforehand where it's not like, and I wouldn't even say like for rounds like 3 to 10, it's not as much like deals in place. Like it probably is for like high rank guys for like Brock Porter, where like
you kind of know what you're already going to get.
And not necessarily know.
Just range.
But it's like, the Rangers are like, hey Brock, we really like you. Like we think we're gonna do Kumar at 3, and then like they go to Kumar like, hey Kumar, will you take 5.2 at 3? And then they'll say, if we take Kumar at 5.2, will you take 3.1 in the 4th round? And say no to every other team, which they'll set up, right? Because guys, unless you're Drew Jones, you can't necessarily say no because teams will call you out on your bluff and offer you $7 million and say, hey, turn this down and go to Vandy. But, but rounds 4 to 6, right, they'll call you ahead of 4 to 10. They'll call you and say, hey, 20 picks ahead, slots 480. Will you take 440? And you say yes or no. And that's it. That's done. Over with. Or, 5 minutes later, you're going to call, say, hey, we're 37 picks ahead, slots 380. Will you take 290? Yes or no? 15 picks ahead. Hey, we're the Pirates. Slots 500,000. Will you take 530? And it's yes or no. And then you have to say no to every other team that calls. So, I think it's more hectic than what I really give it credit for, honestly.
It seems like a massive flow chart.
Man,
it's just like, say yes to this and this will happen, then this will happen, say no, then that and that.
Yeah. I mean, and if you say no to a team, you're just hoping another one calls, right?
Yeah.
Because if you say no to a team in the 3rd round and slots 830, right, and they offer you 750, you're kind of banking on another team to draft you in the 4th for over slot. So
kind of got that feeling in your head, like if a team's calling me at 3rd, there's probably going to be another team calling me in the 4th.
You would suggest, right? But you don't know if they're going to call you for under slot or over slot just because of who they drafted in the 1st round. So
that's too many slots.
It's such a
slots are bad.
It's such a cat and mouse game. Bailey's anti-slot.
Oops.
Let the girlfriend hear.
Hey.
So yeah, I mean, the MLB draft is the most complicated. I didn't hear you, so I'm gonna keep going. The MLB draft is the most complicated draft by far, just because the bonus pool system and slot value and yada 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 yada. But that's why I love it, because I think it's convoluted and backwards. But at the end of the day, it's like, there's so many things that go on. Like, just because you're a 4th rounder doesn't mean you're a 4th round talent. Like Brock Jones today, he was a top 15 guy. At the end of the day, the beautiful thing with the draft is it's totally about money, and it's solely about money. And I don't know if you guys saw it. I think I touched on it a little bit. Like the MLB removed the cap on how much undrafted free agents can sign for. So anything over 125,000 counts against your bonus pool, which I think is terrific, because let's say Brock Porter doesn't get drafted. Like, he says no to a bunch of teams, right? Well, let's say it's happened before. I forgot specifically, but it's happened to the Dodgers. JT Ginn happened. He got drafted like the 28th overall pick by the Dodgers coming out of high school. He said no, right? So then, what if a Brock Porter in that same draft doesn't get drafted in 20 rounds because he just says no to everyone in their number? Well, at the end of the UDFA, the Dodgers are like, well, shit, we got pick 28 money lying around, and we got a little bit extra because we drafted college seniors. Let's offer him 3.2 and see what happens, like it doesn't matter whatsoever, because also team control, you have 5 years to make the 40-man if you're a high school guy, and 4 years to make it if you're a college guy. And that's regardless of where you're drafted, right? Because like the NFL, you can have that 5-year contract if you're a first rounder. So there's like that extra value if you're a first rounder from a team because you have team control. But it literally doesn't matter where you're drafted in the MLB. It solely matters about money. And that's like, no one's like, I can promise you, no one in the minors is like, oh shit, that kid's a 13th rounder. It's like, oh man, that kid got 1.7 coming out of high school, and it might have been the third round, right? So it's so convoluted and backwards. I just absolutely love it.
Yeah, it fits you. We can all agree to that.
There's a beauty in the chaos at the end of the day. So
yeah, and like it does make sense. Like you deep dive into it a little bit, you understand. Like it makes more sense why teams pick this guy instead of this guy because their bonus pool is lower, just like Kumar. Like so, it all makes sense in the end.
Totally, definitely. Following it to a T.
But yeah, that was cool. We got
that was awesome. Yeah.
That was just something quick, and I'm sure now that we got the first one on, I'll start trying to get a little bit more guests and
yeah, you're the one with connections.
I do know people. Yeah, I do know people.
Yeah. So
hey, this stuff tomorrow goes down, I'll be able to get whoever we want. But I'll know more tomorrow.
we'll expect a text at 3:30 in the afternoon. We'll probably
in the morning.
Never know.
It'll probably be a little bit later because they're in LA. But yeah. Oop. Anyways, let's move on to the show. We haven't even started on the topics.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
how long we've been recording for over an hour?
Well, we've been recording for 30 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
There's
a
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a good little dry opener,
Yeah, cold open. First guy. Yeah, we're good.
It's what the people want. Bailey, your father's going to love that.
It gets the people going. It's provocative.
Get into it, boys.
So, yeah. I guess, sticking with baseball, first half of the season pretty much rounded up.
Hang on, time out. Grayson.
Yes.
And I don't know if this is going to make the cut, but what Jordan said cannot make you happy.
No, it doesn't. I wanted hope, but I got honesty, and I really got with the other.
Let's not say specific, so we don't have to cut it out. But
that's not what I wanted to hear, but it's what I needed to hear.
Grayson's like, Jesus Christ! I just wanted one good night.
And then it went to the earlier pick, and I was just like, damn it, this is not.
All right, that's it.
Old homeboy had a big old hog in. Anyway, okay. Like I was saying.
Always next year. Again.
That's
when
the story.
Ohtani's gone.
We got a year left to waste his career.
When Ohtani's gone and Trout plays 50 games of the season.
We're gonna do it later. Let's get into this later. I'm gonna add it to the list. Let's get into it later. Let's do Ohtani and Trout trade talks later. There's a bullet point, so we'll do it later.
I'm gonna hide my shoelaces while we transition.
I see him throw it over the ceiling fan.
Anyways, let's go.
All right.
There's no fan here. We're doing.
So, the first half of the season is wrapping up as the All-Star festivities are getting underway. Currently got the Home Run Derby going on. It's currently in the finals with one Julio Rodriguez and Juan Soto. So, like I said, first half of the season's wrapping up. The Braves pretty much had a semi-frustrating end to the first half. Lost 2 out of 3 to the Mets. Would have been nice to gain a couple games, if not gain the lead in the East if we swept them. The Mets.
I agree, but at the end of the day,
it's Max Scherzer pitching. Like
Braves are 3.5 back, right? They're 3.5 back.
2.5.
Are you sure?
Look.
Compared to a month ago, they are doing perfectly fine.
Yeah, but when Max Scherzer is doing what Max Scherzer was doing that night, it's 2.5.
They have 12 games left with the Mets. 2.5 is
wow.
No.
Yeah, no.
And especially considering that Jacob deGrom is coming to the Braves next year.
And Juan Soto, we're unstoppable.
I don't know if I want Juan Soto, but yeah. Wait, what? Did you guys see? I just looked at it. Juan Soto beat Pujols by 1 home run.
Yeah.
I think he hit it and then stopped.
Well, yeah. It took
yeah.
him the bonus time, though.
Yeah.
He did extend. He was down 1 at the end of regulation, and then
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
the pink balls were enough.
Yeah, the Braves are rolling. I'm in love with Michael Harris.
Who isn't? That's the thing.
The only thing that's gonna hurt Mike as I call him,
First name
is
basis.
yeah, is his walk rate. His walk rate is kind of abysmal right now. It's at 3.8%,
He chases a lot.
and his K rate's high at 23.6. But yeah, I mean, if he can put that walk rate up to like 10%, his OPS right now is at a little like, I think it's like 815 or something, which
Slightly
is
below.
phenomenal.
What's the league average?
700 something.
I was thinking something else. Whoopsie. But I mean, you'll take that walk rate if he gives you what he does in the field.
I agree. I'm not complaining about
his Oh no.
Whatsoever. But I'm saying if he ups the walk rate to like a 10% mark, he's
unstoppable.
Top 3 center fielder in the league. Probably top 2 considering Trout doesn't play anymore.
I mean, he's already top 2 fielding wise at least.
No,
Too soon for that.
Yeah.
He's the best center fielder in the league. If you look at outs above average, the baseball savant stat, and relative to games played, yeah, he's the best center fielder in the league.
Yeah. And he skipped AAA.
He did
true.
AAA.
Better than Mike Trout.
No, I won't say that. Mike Trout's having a down year and his OPS is 980, which is still higher than Aaron Judge's.
Is Mike Trout a bitch? My column.
That column will be deleted promptly. So you better read that really, really quickly.
Yeah, I might also delete that one.
Yeah.
My pain tolerance only extends so far.
Hey, we
stuff.
just
I'll read you this tweet. It's Mike Trout is it's in quotes, Mike Trout is constantly slumping this season. He's got an OPS of 974. And it says
0 for 31 stretch.
It says Aaron Judge is the greatest, should run away with the MVP. His OPS is 971. It's 3 points lower than Mike Trout's right now. So
Aaron Judge is
kind of this last week. MVP, if you had to call it right now in the AL, who do you have? Ohtani or Judge?
What
did I say last week?
I'm gonna go with Ohtani. And I think I touched on this like at the end of last season. Like, I think with Ohtani, I think his WAR is going to be higher just because he's so good at both. But even if his WAR is lower than another guy, the versatility that he gives a ball club is so valuable that you can't argue that. I don't care if Ohtani has a 110 OPS plus, which is 10% better than league average, and a 4 ERA. He is the most valuable player in the MLB. And that's what the MVP is. The MVP is not who is the best player. And that's not what MVP stand for. It's most
valuable player. Who brings the most value to their team?
A guy that can give you a 4 ERA every 5 days and also slot in the 4-hole every game.
That is quite literally
the most valuable player.
The definition.
I don't care who it is. That is the most valuable player. So I don't see how you couldn't give it to Ohtani. But even with Ohtani being the past month been the greatest pitcher on the planet, like his WAR is gonna be the best. Fangraphs or F4 or B WAR, it's Shohei Ohtani. So, dude,
I said Judge.
Yeah, Bailey said Judge, and I agreed in the moment, trying to be unbiased. And
I think that was like right as he was starting to not tear the cover off, but undress people at the plate.
Ohtani has a 5 B WAR right now.
His last 6 starts, I think he's given up 0 or 1 runs, and he's pitched into the 6th in every single one of them.
He had 4 straight games with 10 Ks.
Yeah.
Fangraphs hates him.
What's out of the plate or just in total?
I don't know if it's total or not. And it might only be hitting. He might only be. I think it is. I think it is only hitting.
Really? How many games in a row do y'all think the Angels have lost that Ohtani has not pitched?
Is it you're on a losing streak?
I'm gonna let you both guess.
I'm gonna go with is it double digits? I'm going 11.
I go 13.
It's 13.
Okay. Well, Grayson, looks like you might be getting a win right now.
It's
So let's just go off B War because I'm not sure if F War is up to date.
His
so
pitching, like you said, has been incredible as of late.
Right now has 4.9 B War, which is incredible halfway through the season, and Aaron Judge has 4.9. So, he's worth over half. He's worth over half a win in the first half. So at the end of the year, right now, we're sitting at a guy that's going to have 10 WAR versus 9 WAR, and one guy pitches and hits. Who are you going to give that to?
Right.
Yeah.
Like Ohtani should win the MVP every year.
Yeah. If he puts up some semi-good numbers, just having that ability to pitch and play, he's going to win MVP.
10% better than league average on pitching and hitting.
Yeah.
And by the way, he's much better than that. If he's 10% better, his OPS. Brother, he is hitting better this year, and I did not know that.
His home runs are down, but yeah, his numbers look better.
Wait, no, I'm on Aaron Judge. Hang on, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah. He didn't have 30 home runs to break this year, but he's hitting.
No. He has a 135 OPS plus this year, which is 35% better than league average hitting, and he's a 167 ERA plus this year, which is 67% better than league average pitching. You don't he's the MVP. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He started June with a rough outing in New York against the Yankees pitching wise, but since then it's been just him and Sandy have been neck and neck every week.
Yeah.
Sandy's
so
been
we
better.
know.
Still, I called this in a few podcasts ago. I am still calling for Sandy Alcantara to have regression in the second half. His FIP
at this point he has to.
Is it Alcantara?
I don't know what else he could do. It's
is it Alcantara? You're right.
I don't know.
What is it?
I've heard like 3 different, like Alcantara.
I could very well be wrong.
It's Sandy. It's Alcantara. So it looks like Alcantara. It looks like Sandy Alcantara.
As it's spelled, yeah.
But it can be Alcantara.
But I've also heard Alcantara. You're right.
Really? I haven't watched him on a broadcast lately, so I'm not sure.
Let's get him on and ask him.
I'll DM him.
Soto is
yeah, it got good.
He's Sotoing.
It didn't look great to hit 4 homers.
He's got
He like with a minute and 15, he had like
3.
4 homers, I think. Yeah. Future Brave.
It kind of sucks that Soto's hit 49 total tonight, and Julio hit 4 in the first 2 rounds, and Soto can beat him right here.
Yeah.
Is this the second to last round?
This is the finals.
No, it's finals.
No. What?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's the youngest combination of Derby finalists. So, I saw that earlier. So yeah.
21.
Anyways, we're moving on to
I think
Mike Trout, the Angels, which we've touched on a little bit. Grayson, give us your thoughts on the state of the Angels, just in totality.
We're 14 games under 500, probably the worst cap sheet in the league, and we have no hope, is what my take is. As long as Trout plays Saturday, I will endure it. But if he doesn't, I'm going to be depressed.
You said you're 14 back?
Under 500. We're 21 back at Houston. So, yeah. When I check the standings, I go to wild card. I don't even look at divisions. It doesn't matter. But wild card's not that much better, to be honest.
Hey, remember when y'all won like 14 in a row or something like that?
We lost 14 in a row. Thanks for bringing that up again. Huh?
What do you wild card?
I haven't checked in a week. I don't know. I think we 5 wild cards. We're still probably 10 back of that. So
you are.
You're 10.5.
At it 10.5. I mean, let's be honest.
We were 10.5 back at beginning of June, so
it's doable. We'll get Fletcher back in a week or 2.
On Soto.
That's a key bat that he's gonna win.
All you got to do is just get 2 Rookie of the Years, and then
you'll be swings.
2.5 back.
I mean, we got the no-hitter box checked. That's about it, pitching-wise, outside of Ohtani. But
I touched on this a little bit. Let's get into a new segment called "What Would You Take to Give Up Ohtani?"
I mean, I don't even know if I could sit here and describe an offer because it'd be that unprecedented.
I mean, you gotta have to get an MVP caliber hitter and pitcher.
The problem is you can't trade first-round picks in the MLB draft, which I think is stupid.
Right.
It's it's in the rules. You can't.
You can only trade competitive balance picks.
Right.
There's competitive balance A and competitive balance B, and that depends on the size of the market you're in.
That's where it gets even more convoluted.
Yeah. So if you're in a smaller market, so if you lose a free
there's
agent,
that flow chart.
If you lose a free agent, you get a competitive balance pick. And depending upon the market that you're in is dependent upon the A or B. So the Braves always get B. So they got one this year when they lost Freddie Freeman. And the Royals got an A this year, and I'm not sure why. It's dependent upon how
It's
dependent upon how much the Trey Mancini's with the Orioles and Stills with the Orioles. But it's dependent upon how much a guy signs for is whether or not you get a competitive balance pick. But yeah, if you're a smaller market, you get an A, which is at the end of the first round, and if you're a bigger market, you get a B, which is at the end of the second round. Which I think is going away next year, so that might not matter. I'm pretty sure it's going away next year. I'm not 100%. But yeah, Grayson, what would it take? What would it take?
I mean,
you're in touch with the Braves more or less because of me and Bailey. So like, what would it take from the Braves farm system for you to?
I mean, are we gonna throw Rendon's contract in this too?
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen some of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the Nationals. Like, if you want Soto, you're gonna have to pay Strasburg.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we'd have to dump Rendon if we're gonna hit half reset. There's no point in doing it if his contract's still on the book.
I think he's basically dumped y'all. Gets hurt every year.
Well, he fights still. I can at least handle that.
Puts up a fight.
I mean, I know what comes out of y'all's farm system in Harrison Strider, but I mean, I would think even with the moves y'all made recently with Drew Waters and
it's worse than yours. Our system's worse than yours.
Yeah.
Now
we have no
Pache and Waters out.
Nobody. We have no high-end talent. Vaughn Grissom, shortstop, might be the top guy now, and he's not.
The pitchers we have are
shortstop's covered for us now.
We've seen what they've done.
So yeah.
We're not taking any more pitchers from y'all. Thank you for Sean Newcomb. We never want him again.
Phil Gosselin going back to the Angels. I
did see that.
Who was with the Angels last year?
There's a reason he wasn't this year, but yeah.
Realistically, to get Shohei, you're gonna have to, if you're the Braves, you're gonna have to give up at least Mike Harris and Spencer Strider.
Oh, I mean, you don't pick up the phone
and a couple more.
That's the starting point. Yeah, that's the starting point.
That's pick up the phone to dial. That's
right. Because
by the way, to those two and how good they are so far.
Because by the way, Mike Harris and Spencer Strider, that's just Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
That's just Shohei Ohtani. And by the way, love both of them, but they're worse.
Right. We're not going to win a trade for Shohei Ohtani if we're giving him up.
You're not.
It's just not going to happen.
No. But I think the only way you trade him is if you have there's no way you can re-sign him. And I'm not.
Give you Tucker Davidson.
Yeah, please take Tucker Davidson. Take him. I'll give him to you.
We got two stud shortstops. You want them?
I'll give you Tucker Davidson. I'll give you Tucker Davidson. And this is coming from a friend. I will give you Tucker Davidson, Spencer Strider, Michael Harris, Vaughn Grissom, and
there's more.
Oh wait, there's Mueller, Elder. I mean, you got to keep one of those, right?
You got to keep.
I mean,
and AA.
You have to keep one of Elder, Mueller, Davidson, and Strider. I think Strider has the most value. I think Mueller has the upside.
That's clearly been shown. Yeah.
I think Strider has the most upside, but I think Mueller has the most upside of the remaining three. So I'll keep him. I'll give you Davidson, Strider, Harris. I'll take Rendon's contract. I'll give you Grissom.
Hold on. I'm going to this.
Is there an MLB trade?
Yes.
I've seen Passan tweeting about the Soto deals with that.
All right.
Bailey, what are you on right now? Are you on baseballtradevalues.com?
Yeah.
I got it pulled up.
All right. You'll probably be able to do it quicker than I can. I can't spell, apparently.
Ohtani. So Ohtani in this has a value of Holy God.
How do you
A lot.
search players?
Of one Ohtani has a value in this of 102, which is a lot. It's a lot. So he's 107.6. So we're gonna trade Ohtani to the Braves and the Angels. So we have to get 107. Acuna has a value of 184. Well, obviously we're not trading.
No, that ain't happening.
I'll
Pretty sick, but it's not happening.
I'm gonna exchange Spencer Strider. I'm gonna give you Ian Anderson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you
What innings?
Great playoff pitcher. We'll give him for the playoffs.
I'm gonna
Well,
give you
Then we won't have him for a while. That's the issue.
Michael Harris has a value of 70. Good God.
Wow.
Strider has a value of 25. Ooh. Ian Anderson has a higher value. Austin Riley has a value higher than Ohtani. By the way, it does factor in like contract length and all that stuff. I'll give you Mueller. Who was the other guy I said? Grissom? Yeah, Grissom.
Yeah.
I'll give you Grissom, who has a value of 8. Yeah, this doesn't go through. Wait, who's the other? Davidson. I'll give you Davidson.
Oh, God, I'm so stupid.
It has a value of 6. So I'll give you. All right. So just so we're all clear, Ohtani has a value of 107.6. I'll give you Ian Anderson, Tucker Davidson, Vaughn Grissom, and Kyle Mueller, and that's a value of 67. So you have about 50 to make up. Yeah, we're gonna have to throw in Ozzy Albies. So, anyways,
Yeah.
Trump's not getting done. So
Hate to see it.
yeah. Who is the top farm system? The Orioles. Let's say the Orioles.
Dodgers.
I'm gonna give the Orioles. They have a lot of ready prospects right now. So let's say the Orioles get Ohtani. This is good podcasting. Ohtani, and the Orioles can get let's give Rutschman the cornerstone. Let's give Rutschman, which is a value. Oh, all right. Well, that makes the trade go through really quick because Rutschman has a higher value than Ohtani.
How?
That's.
Contract length. Contract.
I don't care what it is.
Ohtani has a year and a half left. Rutschman has 6 years of team control.
Yeah, and he's getting paid nothing.
Ohtani? Yeah, I know, but it's team control.
Yeah.
He could leave in a year. Also, I'll be right back, boys.
Yeah. So, yeah, it would take a lot to get Ohtani to move anywhere.
Yeah, this is the equivalent of the pipe dream of a Durant and Kyrie Irving trade in the NBA that also has zero chance of happening.
Well, that's why if he does move, it's going to be in free agency.
Right, and we have 1 more year of control.
Yeah, because I don't think it's probably the same thing with Juan Soto.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if any of you had seen. Oh, I know you two have, but our devoted listeners, Juan Soto rejected a $440 million 15-year deal, which comes out to $29 million a year. That's just that. So yeah, I would not want to be stuck in Washington for 9 or 15 years.
What's the record in length? 12. I mean, I don't understand that.
Well, the longest is Bobby Bonilla, but that's deferred.
Right. In recent history, what's the longest contract, Jacob? 12 years, maybe.
You were talking about the Juan Soto.
Soto offer.
I think 13 might be the longest without deferred money. Max Scherzer's getting paid by the Nationals until 2036, I believe. But no, have you guys heard the story on the Bobby Bonilla thing?
Mike Trout, 12 years.
Well, yeah, but if you're gonna give somebody a 12-year contract, it better be Mike Trout.
No, do you guys know? Well, I don't know.
Right, let me have something. Good God.
My column.
I've long held the belief that 10+ year contracts never work out.
Or 8 years when the guy's 36.
Right, and I think the one guy that could have held out was Mike Trout. Honestly, if you gave Juan Soto 10 years right now, I think it's fine because he would be 33 when it ends.
Yeah.
30. So.
And that's enough time for another career.
No, but here's a quick story. Do you guys know why Bobby Bonilla contract happened?
Nah.
Just a mess.
So I do know the story, and so the agent for Bobby Bonilla, right? And honestly, in the end, it kind of it kind of worked out for all parties. He said Bobby would take less money so that the Mets could sign other people, which did work out because they inevitably won a World Series off of that. And he said they wanted like 8%, right? 8% interest for like whatever the contract length is. And the Wilpons, the old owner of the Mets before whatever the hell his name is, who I don't like on Twitter, who's an idiot.
That was after their great when they had all those cases or whatever go on. That's when he came in.
I don't know. But the Wilpons were in deep with who is that guy's name?
Jared Porter.
No, who's the super fraudster in New York?
Jordan Belfort.
Bernie Madoff.
Bernie Madoff. Yeah, Bernie Madoff. So Bernie Madoff was in deep with the Wilpons, and the Wilpons had a bunch of money with Bernie Madoff because and so they were getting like 15-20% a year from Bernie Madoff on paper, right? And they were like, oh yeah, like we'll give Bobby Bonilla like 8% interest deferred money because we got money with Madoff. We're getting 20% a year. So what they did was they took the money they would have paid Bonilla and gave it to Bernie Madoff because they were like, we're going to make a profit off of this. Like, this is good for us. Those of you out there that don't know the story of Bernie Madoff, it happened to be a large pyramid scheme and everyone lost their money. But so, yeah, like they thought it was a good deal. Like they thought it was a good deal for them that they were going to make money. That's why they jumped at it. Like they were like, okay, done. Also, the Nationals going back on it are notorious like deferred contract money. Like Strasburg has deferred money. Scherzer has deferred money. Like the contract they offered on Soto has deferred money. The Bryce Harper contract that they offered him had deferred money. Like they're the kings of like deferred money.
It's a Washington thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's what we kind of tied that into like crazy trades. Like we were probably saying that Ohtani was more than likely going to go to free agency if he was going to get moved.
What's he going to get free agency? That's my question.
He's got a year and a half, doesn't he?
45 at least.
He's a free agent after 23.
Yeah.
He's got to get 6.
Whatever Judge gets, it'll be like $5 million more than that.
Yeah.
It'll be more than Judge. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 450 for 10 is in the ballpark.
Yeah, I don't think it'll quite be 50 unless it's really short term for whatever reason. But
well, I mean, with him, would you be worried about like the wear and tear playing both positions?
Yeah.
So that 10 years might be a little.
Think he'll get 10. I don't think he's going to get 10, but I think 550 is within the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
Like 50 a year for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
Right.
250.
Done. He's getting 8 this year, I think, or 4.
It's not much. Yeah.
He's still on his rookie contract, ain't he?
Well, that first one
he's got a weird one because he.
Yeah. Well, when I get into this, I did a deep dive into how Japanese people get into contracts. I understand it now. The Japanese, right? They're under team control for a certain amount of time, but they can. I forgot the exact term, but at the end of the Japanese season, they can go through this process to be picked up by a MLB team. And if an MLB team signs you, they also subsequently have to pay the major league team the Japanese team that you came from a certain amount of money relative to the contract that they signed you at.
It's a posting fee, correct?
Yeah, posting fee. Yeah. So that's why, and technically, like, Ohtani is still under team control for 6 years.
From Japan or from?
Yeah, it's 6 years because this is his 5th year. So that's why it is what it is. Like,
God, it's been 5 years already.
Yeah.
He came over in 18. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he had TJ and what? When he had TJ?
18 or 19. Yeah, I had 19.
COVID year.
It was definitely 19. He was rookie of the year in 18.
Yes.
So yeah. Like the posting fees and everything, but even if you get a player from Japan, which is in free agency because he can pick where he goes, you still have 6 years of team control, which is just.
He's gonna live large.
Insane. Like I'm looking at his contract right now. His rookie year and second year, he signed minimum deals, but then he signed a contract after that. So, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
He's severely underpaid, to say the least.
Yeah.
That will not be true for very much longer.
Yeah, he's gonna get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay. We're gonna get a little college football, boys.
I mean,
Yeah, it's media day season. We're
take
I think
season.
we're 49 days away from Clemson football, so the rest of the country is going to be a little closer than that with week 0 and everything like that. But yeah, SEC media day is happening now. There's always some fun headlines, things like that. It kind of bridge the gap.
You see what
into
Brian
the,
Kelly said about his accent?
He's dialing it back.
No, he said it's a mix of Boston, Midwest, Louisianan.
Yeah. Okay.
That's-
Okay.
He's never going to live down the family crap. So I don't know.
We are a family.
That's just
That and then the dancing videos, but yeah.
right. Those like the swivel cam, him dancing.
Granted.
They did not get that player, by the way. They did not
Granted,
I mean, I'd
we
never
can't-
expect them to after that.
we can't say much about coaches and dancing.
get.
I think
Are you pro cancer too, Bailey? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, Bailey's pro cancer.
Yeah.
Bailey's
Come on.
pro cancer. He hates the ladies' clinic.
Yeah.
We're trying to find a cure, Big B.
Yeah.
Hey, my aunt's at that forefront. Shout out to her.
$350,000 raised, and I think several times that in interactions on Twitter after that.
God, he was getting dogged. Like,
How much did he raise?
350,000 in that ballpark.
You can criticize the man all you want.
Yeah.
I have my fair
Right.
share of.
yeah,
That's a lot
But-
of money.
he's doing it for a good cause too.
Yeah.
If
Like,
that's
they
what
were-
it takes to raise that amount of money, he's going to do it every single year.
Of course, like the Spurs Up Show guy was all up on that.
You're more in tune with that than I think we are, just because you still live in Columbia. Dude.
I see him all the time. I don't follow him. I just see him a bunch because of I see him mostly on Facebook because I have people that follow him.
Facebook's cool.
Yeah,
I'll see it because people like it sometimes.
it's more of a cesspool
unfortunately.
than Twitter is, and that's saying something.
Yeah, Barstool took some shots at him, and that obviously got more clicks than the rest of them, which he was joking anyway. But
He's
He's a pot stirrer. Yeah,
for cancer.
right. Yeah, several fans on Twitter that are also Clemson fans, several generations past us, did not find the humor in it at all and were dead serious,
Oh, yeah.
which kind of didn't play well. But
I see the humor in it of like making fun of it, but like at the end of the day, he was dancing for women to raise money for cancer.
yeah.
right.
Like,
But if
And
anyone was going to get heat fight at Stavo, Saban does that, then there's a mural or something.
Everybody was,
if saving Griddy's on video, I will give everyone on this podcast $100,000. So
shake on it right now.
Done.
You'll have that money.
As soon as Manning hits the portal in
Yeah.
like 18 months, it'll happen. I promise you. Him and Eli will do it.
speaking of, we can get into little future college football lines. I'm kind of buying into the Texas hype this year.
Yeah, I'm not hating it.
Yeah.
Quinn Ewers is legit.
I think he's going to do really well.
Well, I mean, if you look at because Oklahoma ain't probably going to be a force at all. I mean, do you really think? I mean, Brent's going to do that great as his first year?
Going to be the guy.
What was that?
I think if you think Oklahoma's going to have a good year, you're just betting on Dylan Gabriel being the guy.
Yeah,
Right.
first year coach. Like
Yeah, the defense will be fine.
If Oklahoma goes 8-4, I think it's a good year.
somebody was already making fun of Venables at the press conference because he was doing like one of his calls,
Yeah.
and it make it look like he was having something with his mouth. But yeah, I mean, that dude, he's not made for interviews. He's not made for the media.
No.
He's the practice field solely.
Yeah,
Right. Which is, I think Oklahoma fans are going to find is going to translate extremely well, at least
Yeah.
on defense.
Yeah.
we found that out for 3 years.
I mean, the
4
thing
years.
about
Right.
Belichick Venables
Same thing.
is that like he's so intense on the field, but off the field he's like the nicest guy ever.
Yeah.
It's two different
he-
people, honestly.
He's still a scary nice.
Yeah.
It's like
So like the moment that like the practice field comes on to like media day like he has to do now, it
Yeah.
just doesn't register in his brain. Like
No.
yeah,
the only thing this dude is worried about is winning football games and having a good defense. Like he doesn't
Which
care.
is what you want, I think.
Right.
I don't think his demeanor or anything he does should change, especially on practice field if somebody standing in the corner from
Oh, yeah.
ESPN.
And
They're gonna
everything,
get what they get. Like,
and everything I've seen from Venables, like in his press conferences and stuff, it looks like it hasn't changed like whatsoever.
No.
he's always been. I mean, he's always been good. Like, good getting bits from. Like,
Yeah, if
he always gets good answers. And
changed, you might say changed, but like if you actually were around him every day and like saw how he interacted with people, it's no
Right.
different than what he ever was.
Yeah.
It's
Majority of the country is just now watching him address media. Is the
right,
biggest thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just Tiger Net covering
Right.
his media. You know, he's now the head coach for Oklahoma.
he steps on the sidewalks of the facility. It's a different guy than 2 feet to the right.
Right.
He's on that turf. It's
7 minutes
different
after the
animal.
football game.
Yeah.
Walking into the training room. Well, what's up?
Dude's a character.
Oh yeah. We got our fair share of him, but
One of the bigger headlines was they had Greg Sankey speak, obviously, given the realignment talks going fast and furious. He said at the moment, quote, "There's no sense of urgency in our league to expand further," which I believe to a point. I don't think anything else is imminent. These things don't really seem to be an immediate domino type deal, but
I don't think it's imminent just because of the ACC's grant of rights.
yeah.
Like if that was
contract
if that wasn't in the case, like if the TV contract with the ACC ended in 2025,
how quick
Mhm.
would we be over there?
yeah, we would already be there.
Yeah, that's when Notre Dame's deal ends. Interestingly enough, is 2025. They're seeking like $70 million a year to keep that deal going with NBC. I don't know if that happens, but
25, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, I didn't see the specifics of it, but they're like trying to partner up now with like the Big 12 to make that
I missed
happen.
that.
Yeah, because
Really?
Well, Big 12 has Fox, don't they?
I don't know, but
I think they do.
NBC was like, you guys aren't worth $75 million on your own a year,
Right.
and so they're looking to like partner up with the Big 12 to somehow get extra games to NBC to get a little bit more money to the Big 12, but also get $75 million to the Notre Dame.
They just
And-
want it for the money.
Because
And
playing Kansas State at noon is going to really just up that evaluation
But
that
hey,
much more. I
As
just
long
think
as it's
it's-
Gus Johnson on the call, I don't care what I'm watching.
Gus Johnson's Big 10.
Yeah.
No, but he does the big. He does he
Big
always
Ten
does the,
Kickoff. That's Big Ten.
but he also does the Texas A&M or the Texas Oklahoma game.
Big noon is the Big Noon kickoff is
Yeah, that's Big 10. But
Yeah.
that's where because he did the kicker.
That's right. Yeah.
I swear that's ABC.
It might have been like a simulcast type deal.
Is it
Anyway.
Fox?
He's
Yeah,
on Fox.
Oh, he's the Fox guy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If it's Fox, I need to hear him.
Agreed. But who even is the NBC guy?
Someone I looked up a YouTube.
I
Oh,
couldn't
it's
tell you.
October. This was 2020. There's a Facebook video that says awful announcing. Gus Johnson loses his mind over. And I haven't clicked on it. Loses his mind over Oklahoma's missed field goal in third overtime. This was in 2020. So yeah, it's on Fox. I think Fox just does Big Noon in general. So it can be Big 12 or Big 10. They're not
But the biggest Big 12 games are on ESPN still.
yeah.
They might have a select few because I swear Oklahoma State's always ABC.
Yeah. Is Texas Oklahoma like one of those that's always slotted for noon?
Yeah, it's always noon.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's noon.
that's what I thought. So that's probably. I mean,
It's noon.
Cotton Bowl.
Yeah. So I'm not sure they have lights there.
No, I don't. I
They
would.
might not. I didn't think about that. You might be right.
I mean, it's up there in age. They shut the question. I'm gonna fight you.
Hmm?
I'm gonna fight you. Why'd you send that?
What?
None of
Hey,
us
you're-
have, right?
Your pick didn't win. What was that?
I mean, my pick
Did you get
advanced.
it?
I know you talked about this a while. Do we want to get into your the sports moments you wish we had the pod for? I know you.
Yeah, I don't know. I was fired up that day. I don't remember what I was gonna say.
That's fine. We'll work on it.
All
We'll get to
right.
it in the future.
That was like a month ago.
But
Well, If someone showed up to the pod,
it was
Good.
2 weeks ago because it was in the script and I left it there.
that's fair.
Here we are.
And then, but yeah, so we all three picked some Derby contestants. Two of us picked guys that didn't advance past the first round, and then there's me. who picked the guy who lost in the championship. So we're all
Hey,
bad at this.
We all picked losers.
Yeah, you're the first.
I ended with we're all bad at this. I'm not gonna.
I would rather lose in the first round
Yeah,
and
not
have
waste.
for the rest of the time to get my heart ripped out. I mean, but to be fair, that's kind of the quintessential Angels fan, right? You
Yeah.
have a lot of hope and then get your heart ripped out.
Yeah, but I mean, there were
Angels
quarterfinals
fans,
involved tonight. We hadn't seen
Thunder
that in a decade.
fans, Charger fans.
All right, the Chargers win the Super Bowl this year, so I don't want to hear it.
I'm kind of on that though.
I mean,
I feel that.
I'm not gonna say no. The Panthers ain't, so I gotta find a team.
Mike Williams will have a ring very soon.
I need to do a betting sheet like I did last year on how to make money off of every that
Billy football.
Yeah, but
That March Madness thing was so funny.
Oh, he did one for NFL.
Mine last year was like as long as like the Panthers and Lions didn't win the Super Bowl, like I to make money.
Hey, I will bet my house that will not happen this year. Because Sam Darnold is going to start for like the first 3 games.
Why? No, he's not.
Starting.
No, he's not.
Do you realize who our coach is?
Sam Darnold might be in the XFL by week 3. There's no chance.
Yeah, there's no chance Sam Darnold's.
Matt Rule is a bad NFL coach. He's not a complete idiot. He's gonna watch them throw against each other for a month. There's no way Sam Darnold.
No, Bailey, I'll make a bet with you right now. That Sam Darnold,
Yeah, I was about to say.
I will not take
odds
that
on
bet.
this. It's, no.
Yeah,
I will not
barring
take that
injury.
bet. Barring mono.
There's not enough bars.
Don't let Baker play Halo, and he will be.
Oh my God, let's talk about that a little bit.
Oh,
I'll tell you what we did. What is your reaction to that? Me and Bailey touched on it last week. 10 hours a day of Halo on game week. You got the 4 picks and lose by 2.
The funny thing about it, I think through 3 picks.
No, it was 4. 3 in the first half and 4. The fourth was 10 yards from field goal range, down 2 with a minute left.
Dude, I think a lot of Browns put out a lot of hit pieces like on Baker to kind of devalue him and stuff. But there's also rumors, like stuff throughout the years of like leaks about Baker from like teammates and within the locker room. And I think that just kind of like substantiated all of them. Like I think it just validated everything.
The thing with the Halo story was there was a random tweet from someone that didn't appear connected to anybody.
Twitter. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Twitter validated.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Also, Halo hasn't been the best game in like 10 years.
No.
I mean,
I think it's one of those games that it carries this.
if you're a Halo guy, I could absolutely see it.
Yeah.
Like, those are definitely dwindling.
For a Halo guy, you shouldn't be the first overall pick, though. That's on the Browns for not doing
that should be in the pre-draft questionnaire.
Right.
I do agree.
That's like Bo.
Jameis getting drafted.
It's like Bo, whatever from the movie Draft Day. Like none of his teammates going to his birthday party. Like that's kind of the same thing. Like,
This is
if you're a Halo
Bo Callahan. Yeah, that's
this is almost like the Jamarcus Russell incident where they gave him a blank
empty
tape, told him
playbook.
watch the
That was
film.
so
Yeah.
funny.
Is that a real story?
Yes.
I would
I'm pretty
believe it.
sure.
Based off of his career, I mean.
Yeah, based off his career.
If you asked me number 1 pick that did that, I'd probably say him or
Yeah.
I mean, Jameis Winston's starting to get to that point. I mean,
Jameis Winston.
He plays less than Rendon.
There's the clip has been going around recently
with him and Harbaugh.
Yeah, where Harbaugh's like, "Do you ever get in trouble in high school?" And he's like, "Yeah, I was suspended for 1 game because I laughed at my coach because he cried."
That dude is just a buffet of bits. Like,
dude, and also like it hasn't been going around, but from the same interview, Harbaugh's like, "What's your problem? You got a sex addiction? You're addicted to sex? What's wrong?" And Jameis is just like, "What?"
Those are 2 guys you needed to have in a room together for
Agreed.
30 minutes.
Have you guys heard the rumors about the crab leg story though? I've heard some rumblings recently about what actually happened.
That it was like free, or they were giving it to him, and then
where
pre-NIL.
Yeah, and they just said he stole them because he got suspended for less than what he would have if he would have gotten free stuff.
A season in bowl sanctions, and
shout out the NCAA for letting that happen.
They've let a lot of things happen.
I hope the next domino is the NCAA gets dissolved and we just get rid of it.
I mean, college football is moving that way
because I'm kind of tired of it.
They just like there's no forward thinking within the NCAA like at all.
No.
And then they have to like have the Supreme Court rule on their stuff. And then once that happened, there's no game plan on how to rule it.
Right. Like giving like transfer waivers to guys that are prominent and not guys who are like moving home for family and stuff like that. It just makes no sense.
Yeah,
They
like
rarely make the right call in any
Nah.
decision.
Well, it's just if you hire the right lawyer, like you could have got it, you know.
When was the last time they made a right call?
Going to the playoff, maybe?
No, that wasn't even there.
They
That's
didn't
not-
make that. The NCAA,
Yeah.
doesn't,
No, that's true.
the NCAA doesn't run the playoff.
Thank God.
I mean, even the NIL was. It's not looking like the right choice either.
The NCAA,
No.
the NIL was not the NCAA's choice.
It wasn't either.
It wasn't.
Good God, they don't make any.
They
decisions,
fought it, did
actually.
they not?
Yeah, they fought it. It was
Yeah.
a Supreme Court ruling.
Right. That's what
Well-
made it. Yeah.
NCAA doesn't make any decisions. My bad.
Which
They-
then, why do you even need them?
Yeah.
I'm genuinely trying to think of. Well, no, they're literally the only thing that they do is they run March Madness. They're a glorified.
Yeah.
They're a glorified like event running company. That's all they do is March Madness.
But remember, most athletes go professional in something else other
Yeah.
than sports.
That is such a good advertisement that the NCAA pays millions for a year for like everyone in the world, like in America being like, you know what? They're right. Education is important. It's like, you know what else is important? $100,000.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that. I'd rather have that.
A week to play QB at any Power 5
Yeah.
school.
It's like, all right, cool. So I can make $100,000 a year, and I will pay Clemson's tuition. What's Clemson's tuition? Oh, $8,000.
Yeah.
I'll take $100,000 in cash.
God, gotta love
Yeah.
the NCAA.
Tell that to that Tennessee commit catching $8.5 million still in high school.
No, it's
Like,
not 8.5. I know the actual number. I'm not going to say it on here, but it's not.
Oh,
8.
so it's more.
So it's higher.
No, it's not higher. It's not higher.
It's
I'm just gonna. Okay, now it's 10.5. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with
I
that.
can,
We're spreading that river.
I can promise it's not
Can't
8.5.
confirm on 1009 pod. 10.5 million.
I can promise it's not 8.5 or higher.
Yeah.
How much cash fits in a McDonald's bag?
A lot. Still,
About 5 wins worth.
Is it,
not-
is it
it's
the
not
value
$8.5
meal,
million,
the
but
extra
it's a
large
lot.
meal? What kind of meal bag we talking?
I know this guy in LA that's a prominent NIL guy in Southern California, like I said, and he has a bunch of big names, like the biggest names in college football. And he said what's happening now are high schools in Southern California, because in California there's NILs allowed for high school, but a lot of other states
Jesus
it's not.
Christ.
There's high schools shelling out hundreds of thousands of dollars for high schoolers in other states to come play for them. Like there's this kid in Georgia who's a freshman, and they're giving this kid $135,000 to come play at their school in Southern California.
Dude, these like peewee football players that are 6'2" at the age of
24/7
10 are going to be getting 6-figure deals.
Yeah,
What the hell?
100%.
That doesn't scream sustainable, if you ask me.
It's not. No,
Because like, how far down do you go?
Birth.
all the way. I want like when they're born. I want NIL
Yeah.
deals.
Oh my
I want
god.
NIL deals like I
Yo,
want. I
Some
want
mom's
to
some
so
mom's gonna
far, like-
pop out a 15-pound baby, be like, boom, offensive lineman.
No.
give it to
I want it before that. I want it
Hmm.
before that. I want to get NIL deals locked down on like Miles Murphy and his next kid. Like I want to go to Miles
That's-
Murphy
yeah.
right now
Give me
and
the
say, hey,
seed.
your next kid, I'll give him $125,000 to come play for me.
Done. I would sign
want
that.
him-
in a
Brother, I
heartbeat.
want him pumping out kids at 19. 19. Wait, we're creating this pipeline. It's just a pipe. You're trying to tell me Miles Murphy's kid's not going to be good? Okay, you're lying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all we've got this week. Derby wrapped up. Juan Soto beat J-Rod. Don't love that, but is what it is. Hopefully get Trout back on Saturday. Me and Bailey will be in the building watching the defending champs and the most disappointing team in baseball. And if
Beer
you
bats
want more,
galore.
there's going to be. If you want an over, that's a lock. Take that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we will have this up on Apple and Spotify, potentially YouTube very soon. If you want more, we do have written content coming out daily now at our website at the
Loosely.
1009.
I wouldn't say that.
I'll be doing it daily. I'll put it like that.
At least
Are you
weekly.
gonna do daily? I'll do it daily if you do it daily.
I'll commit to 5 a week.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, one every
Oh,
business day
Yeah.
throughout the week, and then we're at Twitter at the 1009 as well. YouTube will be linked when we post this. So
D1009.
follow, like, and subscribe there. Like Jacob said, the 1009.com for all the blogs, any announcements we have, things like that. And you guys have anything else?
Nah, I
I've
think
got
I'm good.
podcast.
All right, I'll see hopefully both of you next week.
Hey, this is
Hey,
cool.
I'll see you Saturday.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
All right,
Saturday.
yeah, each other Saturday.
All right.
All right.
Deuces.